Good evening, everyone. Wekiva High School welcomes you to Mustang Field for the last time of Season 19. Please welcome our guests from Jones High School. They are the Tigers. And they'll be taking on your Wekiva High School Mustangs. Before we begin our game this evening, we ask that you please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Pride of Wekiva, your Mustang Marching Band. We do want to give a shout out to our Color Guard and our Air Force JROTC program. They are engaged in a festival this weekend, and so they're not able to join us in person, but know that it's not for lack of wanting to be here. We look forward to inviting them to many of our other athletic events as the season moves forward. But for now, please welcome the Mustang Marching Band. And as our team captains take midfield for the coin toss, we'll take this opportunity first to welcome to the field your Wekiva High School Mustangs. And as our officials facilitate the coin toss, we will thank them for their participation in tonight's game. They are referee Tondrick Robinson, umpire Latoris Brown, headlinesman Edward Collier, line judge Zoe Cooper, back judge Rodney Brown, and clock operator Crystal Ford. From the Central Florida Officials Association here in Orlando, we thank them for their dedicated service to our high school athletic programs and join them along with our participating schools, reminding everyone to make great sportsmanship a part of this and every athletic competition. We also want to take this opportunity to remind everyone that we are live streaming tonight's game on YouTube and the NFHS Network. You can find us simulcasting in two places. NFHSnetwork.com is the official online home of the Florida High School Athletic Association. Also the NFHS Network app on your favorite mobile device. If you are not a member there, don't worry. We also make tonight's game available absolutely free on our YouTube channel, Wekiva Sports. Just open up the YouTube app on your favorite computer, smart TV, or mobile device and search Wekiva Sports. Make sure your friends and family back in Orlando, elsewhere in Apopka, or anywhere in the world know that they can tune in live to tonight's game. For those of you who have done just that, welcome to Mustang Field. My name is Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs and Sports Information Director here at Wekiva High School, and I am joined tonight for the last time of football season anyway by Neil Fisher, writer for the Apopka Chief and longtime Apopka sports journalist. And Neil, this is one last chance at redemption for the Mustangs, who have otherwise had something of a troubled season. We've had personnel issues with going to second, third string, promoting a lot of players from JV to varsity, and unfortunately, as a result of that, Wekiva has looked like a somewhat inexperienced ball club, and well, that's because it's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Absolutely, Mark. It's been a long season for the Wekiva Mustang faithful. Of course, us up here in the broadcast booth as well as the PA. And another tall task facing the Wekiva Mustangs tonight. Of course, Jordan's High School, a team that doesn't just have expectations of qualifying, getting into the playoffs, but they have expectations of making long runs. They talk about state championships there. And no different this year. They come in at 5-2. Their two losses, of course, to teams very much like them in that top tier, Evans as well as Edgewater. Both those losses, field goal losses, losing by 3 points, and they're averaging 369 yards a game. Of course, their quarterback, Coleman, comes in with a 130 QB rating, and the rushing game is led by Wallace, another senior, 104 yards per game, 7.5 yards per game. So certainly, of course, they say you play the games because you never know, but certainly on paper, Jones is the heavy favorite tonight. Of course, one thing that I always go back to what my father always liked to say, several of his friends, there is no more painful teacher, but no more better teacher than experience. And that's certainly what this year has been about, and an 8th opportunity for Wekiva falling under that umbrella of experience is the best teacher. We'll see if they can come out tonight and provide Jones with some competition. Jones will receive the ball to start off. Of course, it's also senior night, so motivation there as well. And we are underway. The attempted onside kick for a 1-6 team, got nothing to lose. Jones recovering it, and we are underway from Mustang Field, right next to State Route 414 in southeast Apopka. So Jones will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line, so better than average field position. And they'll go to work against this Mustang defense, lining up in a 5-2. Out of the one-back set, 4 receivers. Trips to the near sideline. As to my right, you can hear the Mustang band trying to urge and will the defense on, and so far so good. Nowhere to go. No operation. The defensive line rising up on that first carry. No gain.
Darren Coleman has the handoff to Dante Wallace for the opening play of the drive. A gain of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 from the Tigers' own 39-yard line. Gary Park on the tackle.
And back, Coleman looking, nowhere to go. He slithers and he slithers through, and he'll have a solid gain there on 2nd down.
Darren Coleman on the carry.
Again, Coleman coming in with a 130 QB rating.
Mari Lyman on the stop.
And it'll actually be good enough for a 1st down as well.
That is enough for a Tiger 1st down. Ball spotted at the 48-yard line.
So actually a 10-yard gain. First down of the game. Coleman completing 69% of his gains, 13.3 yards per completion, 181 yards per game. Goes to his left, going deep down the right hash mark. It's up for grabs and knocked away. Great play there by Amir Prince, the senior cornerback.
Pass intended for Antoine Glover falls incomplete. Beecham with the deflection and the secondary, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs.
Excuse me, number 9, Beecham, on the defensive stop there. And certainly if you're Jones, you got nothing to lose going down deep, trying to take that shot. So now it'll be 2nd and 10 from just inside midfield. Just underway from Mustang Stadium, next to the 414. Jones trying to cash in on the first possession of the game. Coleman rolling right, finds his man along the right sideline, carries the defensive back for a couple more yards, and it'll be another first down as Jones enters Wekiva territory for the first time tonight, 10.5 in the first quarter. That ball's going to be taken all the way down to the Wekiva 25-yard line.
Pass is complete to number 5, DJ Hicks. Stop made by Jakari Bellamy. That's enough for a Tiger first down into Mustang territory at the 25-yard line.
A 27-yard gain, a big gain there. Chunk yardage. As we play-by-play voices like to say now, and they'll give you close to another first down. This time on the out route. Bring up 2nd and short. So a couple of rushes.
Handoff is made to number 20. That's Ron Schroeder picking up 9 on the carry.
And on 2nd and 1, Coleman for the 4th consecutive play finds his man through the air. It'll be 1st and goal.
Pass is complete to DJ Hicks, and that'll set up 2nd and goal for the Tigers. Ball spotted at the, looks like the 3-yard line.
So Jones on the march. Wekiva's defense needs to stiffen up. They were able to hold the Poland Jones offense to 1 yard on the first play. It's been all Jones since then. And our first whistle of the game.
Flag on the play. Good ball, offside. It's called against the Mustang defense.
So
That's half the distance to the goal and a replay. First down.
So I guess, Mark, the good news for Wekiva's, as you said, it's half the distance, so it's only 1.5 yard gain. But it'll put the ball at the 1.5. The handoff, nothing fancy behind the center and the right guard. It's 6-0. Wekiva as the offensive line does its job.
And off to Dante Wallace, and that is in to the end zone for a Tiger touchdown.
So 9:01, Jones goes in front, 6-0, the PAT pending. And that's Kason Mullis, the senior. He'll be out to try the PAT. Make it a 7-0 lead. Snap, ball down, kick up.
Mullis on the try, and it is good.
So Jones elected to receive the opening kickoff, and they went to work right away, taking care of business. 7 plays, chewing up 53 yards, 63 yards, with 9:01 remaining in the first quarter from Mustang Field. Also want to point out too, of course, Mark talked about it right before kickoff. This is a very potent Jones offense, averaging 369 yards a game. They come in 5-2. Their 2 losses by field goals to 2 other playoff caliber teams. Teams expected to make deep runs, Edgewater and Evans, but they certainly showed why. Certainly they demonstrated why these stats are what they are.
The punt by Kason Mullis is out of the end zone for a touchback. That means the Mustangs will take over with their first offensive possession from their own 20-yard line.
So let me rephrase that, getting a little tongue-tied here, but certainly the stats matching their performance on that first drive, matching what the stats were going into this game, not only as a team, but individually. That was Coleman and Wallace. Coleman the quarterback, Wallace the running back. And when all's said and done, they have a 7-0 lead as Wekiva will try to, again, it's about experience with this young and inexperienced team, trying to, for lack of a better way of putting it, taking their licks. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And they will start off 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line as night descends on Mustang Field. They'll try that right side on a sweep. Jones defense up to the task. That defensive line, great pursuit laterally.
Mustang carry by number 21. Chris Jones. That's a pickup of 5 yards. And that brings up 2nd and 5. Excuse me, that's Tyjon Miller on the carry.
So a good first gain. Brings up 2nd and mid-range. They'll go to the left side now. And not so good there that time. Well, actually, yeah, they did gain 3 yards. And that'll put the ball at the Wekiva 28, 3rd and 2.
Okay, I was right first time.
So 3rd and 2 for Wekiva. Certainly would behoove them, not only intangibly, but probably some emotional, to gain this first down, and they're not going to come up. The defensive line rising up. Tried that right side, a skip and a hop, and no gain. Nope, actually it is a first down. So
Chris Jones on the carry for the Mustangs and has just the yardage needed to get to the 31-yard line for a pickup of 2 and a Mustang first down.
So 3 carries for Chris Jones, 10 yards, and Wekiva gets that first down. So that's something we have not seen often this year, Mark, getting a couple first downs. Well, so far 1, but getting that first down on the first possession. Stay in that 1-back set. They try that right side, sliding off again, off the center. I believe that was Jones. So you're not going to see a lot of bursts, so not a lot of chunk yardage with this
Jones
Wekiva
on the
offense.
carry for the Mustangs for a pickup of 4.
This is not an explosive offense, of course. That also goes back, not entirely, but certainly one of the primary reasons is it's just such a young and inexperienced team. If you joined us late, Wekiva coming in at 1-6. It's been a long season for the Mustangs. We were very young and inexperienced to start with, only 2 or 3 returning starters, as they'll try that left side and lose a couple of yards. And then injuries just taken away whatever opportunity Wekiva's had to build on the original starters, gaining some experience. And
pass complete to number 12, Manley. That's a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll take the ball to the 32-yard line and bring up 3rd and 9.
Whatever experience the original starters or the starters that were slated to start could gain, they have not been able to get that due to injuries. We've had 4 different starting quarterbacks this year. So certainly if you can get a couple first downs on this first possession, that would certainly be a big step for Wekiva. They'll run it out of that 1-back set. Down that left sideline.
Pass intended for Manley falls incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 9 for the Mustangs.
So
well, Neil, this is
able to get 1 first down, but that's it.
Yeah, and obviously this situation calls for a punt, although punting game has been a little bit inconsistent for Wekiva this year, so we'll see if Wekiva is able to get significant net yardage. Obviously, you can't go for it on 4th down with 9 to go that far deep in your own territory.
5:16 first quarter. Beecham
kick
with the punt,
and it's blocked.
Picked up at the 40, down that left sideline, and that was Ryan Duvall.
The punt is blocked by Reggie Harris and picked up by Ryan Duvall.
And Jones is back in business on Wekiva's side of the field.
So that'll be a net of -1 on the punt, and the Tigers will start from the Mustang 30-yard line. And that takes us past the midpoint of the first quarter, and so we'll pause for our first official timeout. Tigers leading 7-0 with 5:06 remaining in the first quarter.
Back with more in just a moment.
So a 17-yard return for Ryan Duvall as we begin the second possession for Jones. Jones already with a 7-0 lead, marching 7 yards, 63 on 6 plays, 63 yards. Wallace continuing his blistering season on a 2-yard rush. That's Coleman to the right. And they'll pick up some solid yardage, solid gain on first down as we approach the end of the first quarter. Jones 5-2, looking for their 6th win of the season.
Short shuffle pass to number 81, Tyler Coleman. That's good for a pickup of 4. Puts the ball down to the 26-yard line of Mustang territory and brings up 2nd and 6.
So if you joined us later, just a refresher, Coleman, a 130 quarterback rating, 69% completion, 181 yards per game, 13 yards per completion, so certainly very efficient quarterback. And there you see, he continues that efficiency now. Another first down, 2 plays, 2 completions.
Pass is
inside the
complete
red
to number
zone.
13, Antoine Glover, and that is enough for a Tiger first down.
Ball at the, I believe that's the 11-yard line, just outside the 10-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 11 for a gain of 15. 1st and 10, Tigers.
Out of the 1-back set, 2 receivers each side. Coleman will take it himself on the draw, and he jukes, he jives, and a 13-0 lead for Jones with the PAT pending, 3:47.
QB keeper for Darian Coleman, and he is into the end zone for an 11-yard Tiger touchdown.
Attacking from that right side. So again, this young and inexperienced Wekiva team, I realize it's the 8th game of the season, but still very young and inexperienced. And again, this is a team that has been beset by injuries. A number of JV players.
Try by Kason Mullis is good, and so the Tigers extend their lead to 14-0 with 3 minutes 47 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
A number of JV players at the start of the season now in, and certainly Jones taking advantage of the size and the physical maturity.
Yeah, and the thing is, like,
as well as the youth and inexperience.
So Matthew Beecham, who is not a dedicated punter, he's actually a wide receiver. There's nothing wrong with his kicking game. He can kick the ball. The problem is just because of the lack of experience at that position. Whenever, at least as I've watched these punting plays, evolve over the last several weeks of home games, the coordination between the center and the punter, it just slows down the play by about half a second, and that's all it takes. Because we keep seeing punts get either deflected or outright blocked.
Yeah, Matthew takes one step after he catches the ball, takes one step, and the defense is already on top of him with their hands stretched out to block the punt. So a 14-0 lead facing Wekiva, 3:47 remaining first quarter. Now again, have not mentioned this. Of course, I have mentioned several times Jones, 6-5-2, always a team that's looking to make a deep run into the playoffs, not just get into the playoffs. And of course, Jones, I wouldn't say they're super far, but certainly not one of the closer schools. Of course, Jones right across the street from Camping World Stadium over in the Rio Grande 408 area. So you might be wondering why these teams schedule, and the answer is because they are both in the same district. As Wekiva goes to work, and they'll get that first down. So good start for Wekiva. Both these teams.
Pass is complete to Amir Prince, and that is down to the 33-yard line for a pickup of 13 yards and a Mustang first down.
So 1st and 10 for Wekiva, second first down of the game. They'll go to that running game, trying to pick his way through that front seven. Going through.
Chris Jones on the carry for the Mustangs. That's a pickup of 3 yards. We'll bring up 2nd and 7 for Wekiva. Fred Ardson on the stop.
Oh no, it's not. Ross is just Josiah Harry. It's a defensive line. So Wekiva back to work. Hand off to Jones. A little juke jive. Bounces off a couple of runners. A very powerful run for the first time tonight.
Chris Jones on the carry, getting some extra yardage after contact.
Seeing some excitement now.
Finally stopped by Keshawn Williams, but not before getting across midfield for Mustang. First down.
1st and 10 at the Jones 49. First time Wekiva's crossed into Jones field territory. And with that run, which was officially 15 yards, feeling some electricity in the stadium now, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely, Neil. As that'll get the crowd on its feet and get the blood pumping.
Whistle, 1:47 remaining. .138.
Pass falls incomplete. That brings up 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs from the Tiger 49-yard line.
About 150 fans making the trip from Jones' side. And the Wekiva band urging the team on, trying to give them some uplifting music to our right. And won't have an effect there as Jones again trying to pick his way, this time on the right side.
Chris Jones on the carry, a pickup of maybe 1 on that play.
3rd and long.
3rd and 9 coming up for the Mustangs from the Tiger 48-yard line.
.35 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So Wekiva lines up. Back and tipped, and Wekiva will be forced to punt. So I guess the good news is Wekiva did get 2 first downs. They also moved into Jones territory. Of course, the bad
Pass
news
intended for Bakery Manley falls incomplete, and that will bring up 4th and 9 for the Mustangs.
Of course, the bad news now is you turning the ball over to Jones, who already has the 14-0 lead.
9 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
So Beecham will drop back to punt. Of course, his first punt was blocked, and we, explained not really Beecham's fault. The offensive line not doing the offensive line having difficulty blocking. And this time they're going to run it, try the surprise. He's got room to operate. First down, then some. 30, 25, 20, all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Matthew Beecham fakes the punt and takes it all the way down inside the Tiger red zone for a Mustang first down.
So
There is a penalty marker on the play.
So it's going to be holding on Wekiva.
And that will come back. Holding is called against the Mustang offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot and a replay of fourth down.
Well, that would explain why he had so much territory to operate on the right side.
On a defensive penalty, but an offensive penalty, I didn't think so. Should I reset it?
So strike the first down for Wekiva. And this time we'll probably see a punt. It's a bad snap. Nice job by Beecham to handle it. And it'll take a neutral bounce, but Jones will be starting 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
The Mustangs will take a traditional punt this time, and they will down it at the 21-yard line, and so the Tigers will take over from there with 1st and 10. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. 14-0 your score at the end of 12 minutes. As we switch sides here in week 9 of Mustang football season 19.
We'll be back. Welcome back to Mustang Field, where Jones is getting ready to start the drive. We ended that previous drive right at the end of the first quarter, so now the Tigers get things underway. And they're going to go long, wide open.
The pass incomplete to Antoine Glover. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Tigers from their own 21.
And yeah, that ball was just a little bit overthrown, but otherwise that was a touchdown. Snap away, and it's a run up the middle.
Carried by Dante Wallace. That'll take the ball up to the 31-yard line, close to first down yardage, just a bit short, gain of 9. And the ruling on the field is that it is, in fact, enough for a first down. Once again, that's Dante Wallace on the carry. That will put the ball another 9 yards away at the 40-yard line. Second and 1 coming up for the Tigers. Tigers again go long. Pass falls incomplete.
But again, if you're Jones and you're up 14 at the beginning of the second quarter and you're on first or second down, you can take those kinds of big gambles. Worst that happens is a loss of down, and you've got it to spare. Tigers go back to work. This time it'll be a conventional run up the middle. It's a play that's been working well for the Tigers, and it works excellently there.
Carry by Dante Wallace, gets the ball across midfield. Stop made by Scott and Jerome. It's good for a Tiger first down. Once again, Wallace on the carry. Wrapped up by Aiden Torres of the Mustang defense. A loss of 1 on the play. Brings up second and 11 for the Tigers. Pass complete from Darian Coleman to DJ Hicks. Flag on the play. And that'll go against the Tigers. That brings up second and 16 for the Tigers after the 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Tiger pass is complete. That's number 81, Tyler Coleman on the reception. Pending the outcome of penalty marker. Holding, called against the Tiger offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot and a replay of second down.
That's twice now. The holding call has cost the Tigers. That'll back them up to the 45-yard line. And that'll bring up second and 18. I clearly missed this on my camera work because it went farther than I thought it was going to. Well, there you go.
Pass is complete to number 5, DJ Hicks, who is into the end zone for a 45-yard Tiger touchdown. Casey Mullis set for the try. And that is up and good. Tigers extend their lead to 21-0 with 8 minutes 53 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
So the Tigers on that offensive drive trying to do some razzle-dazzle, although it was not effective. A combination of holding penalties and overthrown passes stymied their really big efforts. However, just a good old-fashioned conventional running game made slow and steady progress, and also took just over 3 minutes off the clock on that drive, 3 minutes 7 seconds to be precise. And so they now enjoy a 3-score lead with just under 9 minutes remaining in the half.
Back. Mustangs will take over from their own 20-yard line with 1st and 10.
So the Mustangs will finish up the season on the road. You heard me mention a moment ago it's week 9, and yet we just had senior night. Well, that's because the Mustangs have the last 2 weeks of the season on the road. They'll be at Lake Howell next Friday, and then they will wrap up the season on October 30th at Apopka. The Tater Bowl, as we like to call it, or more formally, the Mayor's Cup. Apopka also struggling this year.
Chris Jones on the carry for the Mustangs. That's a pickup of, call it 4 yards to the 24-yard line. Chris Jones again on the carry for the Mustangs. Number 19, Ashton Collins, has a pick 6.
And really no particular competition for the ball.
Mullis for the try. Up and good.
Mullis showing absolutely no difficulty with tries, punt. Well, Tigers haven't had to punt yet, but certainly with kickoffs as well. Showing remarkable consistency and sureness for a high school kicker. So you can pretty much count every touchdown as 7 points. And now the Tigers are 1 score away from potentially triggering a running clock for the entire second half. 7 minutes, 13 seconds to go here on week 9 football action. course, both of these teams now coming up on the end of the regular season.
Kickoff is into the end zone for a touchback.
So Wekiva is ranked 52 in Class 6A with the 1-6 record. That puts them ahead of Navarre. That's it. You got Bartram Trail, First Coast, Tocoy Creek, and then Lake Howell right now leading. Oh no, I take that back. Oviedo, Fletcher, Tate, Crestview, Nice, Oakleaf, Pace, Mandarin, and Gulf Breeze. Excuse me, Gulf Breeze is 5A. But all the rest of those ahead of Wekiva in 6A Region 1. So bottom line is wild card is essentially out of the question for the Mustangs. They do pick up a first down there, though, with an 11-yard gain, getting the ball up to the 31-yard line.
Matthew Beecham picks up 4 yards for the Mustangs to the 35-yard line.
Looking at the district standings, Wekiva 0-2. A loss here tonight would make them 0-3, which would put them at the bottom of the district. And so again, if you're not familiar in football, there is no district tournament. You just go straight by the district standings directly into the regional tournament. So with Wekiva not having a district win and being ranked second to last in the regional rankings, really a wild card is not going to be in the cards for Wekiva either. So postseason opportunities not looking good for Wekiva at this point. Jones still potentially in the hunt. We'll take a look at them in just a moment as Wekiva goes long.
The bounce pass intended for Matthew Beecham. And that'll bring up 4th and 6.
Of course, bounce pass perfectly legal in basketball, but it will not get the job done here. And so now we'll pause as
We have reached the midpoint of the second quarter, and so we'll pause for our second official timeout.
we'll be back in just a moment. So if you are a Tigers fan, they are 2-0 in 4A District 7. So again, these are geographic district rivals, but they're not in the same classification. So technically speaking, this is not a district game. But Jones 5-2 overall. Again, 4A District 7. So they are looking good right now for a potential district championship. The only thing left on their schedule is Lake Region and Ocoee. And Lake Region is the last district game. So If they can win next week against Lake Region, that would cement a district championship for them and get them a guaranteed spot in the playoffs. Even without that, though, at 4A, let's find them on the FHSAA website here. They are actually third in 4A overall and first in Region 2. So they would be at the top of the wild card hunt, but it's unlikely that they would even need a wild card. So not only are they in position to make the postseason, they're in position to make the postseason with a number 1 seed. Certainly if they win against Lake Region next week, then that would be all but assured. Going long and overthrown.
Pass complete to DJ Hicks, and he finds an opening in the Mustangs secondary and takes it all the way to the house for a 60-yard touchdown run. Mullis for the try. And that is up and good. Tigers extend their lead to 35-0 with 4 minutes 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
So again, the Mustangs secondary there really just crumbling. It was already a good play on the pass completion, well designed, right up the middle. But then the Mustangs secondary just not ready to make the stop after the catch. And DJ Hicks getting his steps in. If you're wondering why it's a little bit quieter up here lately, that is because my partner Neil is also the photographer for the Chief for this game, so he went down to the field to take some pictures. We'll be back up here in the press box a little bit later. Kickoff away. So far it's been nothing but touchbacks. This one is actually going to be returned. I take that back. It hasn't been all touchbacks. It's been almost all touchbacks. And a beautiful run back. That's
Chris Jones on the return all the way from about the 2-yard line. And he makes his way to the 30 and change. We'll call that the 33-yard line. Mustangs will take over from there. First and 10. The Mustangs request their first timeout of the first half.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more from Mustang Field Week 9. So far, all Tigers.
Intended for Jones. The play is broken up by Reggie Harris and brings up 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. Pass is deflected and then tipped into the arms of number 20, Ron Schroeder, on the pick. That turns the ball over to the Tigers at the Mustang 44-yard line.
So the Mustang offense will once again get a little bit of rest break. And the defense remains on the field.
Laundry on the field. Dead ball. False start called against the Tiger offense. That's 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. And a replay. A first down. Dante Wallace on the carry, finds a lane through the Mustang defense, nearly has the touchdown. Stop is made by Matthew Beecham at the last moment. That will put the ball down at about the 3-yard line for 1st and goal. Number 8, Dante Wallace into the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown.
And you see him escaping 2 Mustang defensive linesmen there.
Mullis for the try. That is up and good. Tigers discovering life, the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. 42-0 the score, with 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Kick away from Mullis. That one is headed into the end zone.
Touchback for Mullis, and the Mustangs will begin their next possession at their own 20-yard line. 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Pass is complete. Manley on the reception. That takes the ball out to the 22-yard line. The gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8. Pass falls incomplete. That brings up 3rd and 8 for the Mustangs from the Tiger 22-yard line. Pick is made by number 22, Marcellus Reese. Tigers will take over from Mustang 33-yard line. Pass is complete. Number 8, Dante Wallace. That's good for a pick of about 12 yards. Brings up Tiger first down. Ball is fumbled and recovered by the Mustangs. Mustangs start from their own 11-yard line. 1st and 10. No gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 10 from the Mustang 11-yard line. Manley on the carry. Not enough for the first down, and that will take us to halftime.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. From the great Jones High School. Be prepared to be entertained tonight by the legendary Marching Tiger Band. Hailing from 801 South Rio Grande. Any questions? But first, the sound. In the stone. 103 years of Jones High School excellence, and 75 years of marching Tiger Field dominance. The year was 1979. Earth, Wind, and Fire. After the Love Is Gone. As we head to dance routine formation, down for my people and ride out. The band is under the leadership of Jeremy Bagwell, Vincent Simon, Travis Mason, Sean Norton, Chantel Wright, Tasha Owens, Jennifer Brand, and Tashi Lewis. As we conclude our performance, thank you.
Yo, what? Bro, you ain't see today at lunch, bro? Wekiva Ben was cooking today at lunch. Oh, yeah, you got it. Nah, they was cooking today at lunch, bro. I don't know about the pep rally because I can't even. I gotta buy some fucking engine mounts, bro. I got a couple stuff in the back. I got engine mounts in the way and new brakes. I ordered some couple ceramics. He said 300 to do it. I'm trying to bring it back down to him. Bro, he's valid, bro. He's the only nigga touching my car. That's valid. Word? When you leave? December? More. I'm gonna order them. I'm gonna order them tomorrow, right? Because I get paid today. So once I order them, when they come, I'll do it.
They have him do my car when I don't have time. Like, if I gotta go to work, then I have to do it.
150? I'm gonna bring the Aaron tape too. I'm gonna have you look at that.
Is it K&N or is it
Yeah, K&N.
It's built to.
This is a old Aaron tape. That's just gonna bring a lot more into the screen. Bro, I think I got a coolant leak, bro. I got a coolant light on my car, but there's no coolant. I don't know. My car started drinking coolant leak.
You put coolant in there or
I don't know. The coolant light came on right when my AC went on. And then when he fixed my AC, when he fixed my AC, he told me I had a coolant leak. But no matter what, he couldn't find where the leak was at. So what I think I'm gonna do,
if it's not coming out your exhaust like you spit out like what?
in the mornings my exhaust is smoking. But once
That's because it starts.
But
But if it's not smoking while you driving, it's not a coolant leak inside the engine. You can't see it.
yeah, it doesn't drip on the car. Look, the only thing I drip is water. I just leave it there. And I just like get double in my car.
As long as your car don't overheat.
Yeah, that's what it is.
My car's so loud.
But I got some engine mounts and brakes. I need new brakes, so I got a brake kit. And I need a new ABS speed sensor. The speed sensor that connects to the wheels. It's just like a little.
Please be seated
That's a wheel hub.
Yeah.
That's a wheel hub.
for the performance is about to begin. Someone said, Tiger, Field, I don't think so. For those of you that know, this field belongs to the Mustangs. Let's don't get it twisted. From 2501 here on Hiawassee Road in the beautiful city of Apopka, Florida. Please welcome the only band here in Orlando to show up and show out. Drum major, Ethan, Narissa, Steven, and Annalise. I bring to you the Four Horsemen. Tonight's show is tribute to our middle school feeder band from Piedmont Middle School and Lockhart Middle School. I think this is what Jones attempted to do. Any questions? Wekiva High School Marching Band will do a multimedia drill featuring music artists Robin Thicke, Angie Stone, Funky Town, Maze
featuring Frankie Beverly. We'd like to take this opportunity to once again congratulate the Wekiva High School marching band as they will be performing at the Florida Blue Battle of the Bands at the Kia Center on November 21st. We would also like to take this time to congratulate the Wekiva High School band as they will be making their trip to New Orleans, Louisiana for the annual Sugar Bowl and Battle of the Bands on December 29th through January the 2nd. I think this is what Jones tried to do. Again, this is Mustang country. There might be a band that can outperform the Marching Mustang Band, but not in Florida, and definitely not in Apopka. The Wekiva High School Mighty Marching Mustang Band is under the direction of the maestro, Mr. Jonte Petty. Color guard instructors, Mr. McKee. Assistant color guard instructors are Miss Jeanne Brown, Miss Nikki Petty. Percussion instructor is Mr. DJ Johnson. Please give it up for the Wekiva High School Mighty Marching Mustang Band.
Welcome back to Mustang Field, where we are ready to get things going for the second half. As I mentioned earlier, the Tigers on their way to discovering the meaning of the life, the universe, and everything, as they lead the Mustangs 42-0 coming into the second half. And, well, this is going to be shorter at least. The bands ran a little bit long during halftime. We promise, though, we'll make it up to you in the third and the fourth quarter, because the clock will not stop except for timeouts and other extended disruptions of play. Otherwise, though, incomplete passes, out of bounds, and other reasons for stopping the clock will not.
Yes, and Mark, a 42-0 lead. That's why, if you're unfamiliar with rules of Florida High School Athletic Association rules, a 35-point lead in the second half. The clock does continue to run, and as Mark mentioned, it does not stop except for timeouts called by the teams in the break between the third and fourth quarter. So we are underway. We're kind of facing the 42-0 lead. That's Emil Flacker still at quarterback, hands the ball off, picked up, and now trying to make something out of nothing. Did make a yard or two, and then the flags, hard to miss those flags. They were like fireworks flying through the air with the greatest of ease, as we are now underway for the second half. So Jones coming in at 5-2, a team that doesn't just have aspirations of making the playoffs, they have aspirations of going very deep.
Yeah, and Neil, I was sharing while you were away taking pictures that Jones right now is, I believe, number 2 in 4A and number 1 in their region. So certainly if they beat Lake Region next week, they would be the obvious district champions. Although they frankly don't need the district championships to guarantee them a spot in the postseason, because even as they are with their strength of schedule, they would certainly get a high wild card, and as they're trending right now toward a number 1 wild card, whether they get the district championship or not.
Yeah, and those 2 losses came to teams of similar nature, for the word ilk. Edgewater and Evans, both those teams have designs and expectations of doing the same as Jones, making deep runs into the playoffs, not just qualifying. Both of those losses were also by 3 points, just a field goal. Wekiva, on the other hand, it's been a long season. A young and inexperienced team, certainly starting behind the 8 ball to start with. Just went from bad to worse with the injury situation. This is the 5th different quarterback that started for Wekiva, Emil Flacker, number 10. As you can see, he is now running in after getting the play from the coaching staff. The entire backfield by the end of the first game, regular season game, they had missed time, significant amount of time. So now trying to avoid the shutout, and this is Landon Jerome, a nice run there on that right side, some shake and bake, as we are now 8.5 minutes. So taking a look ahead at the schedule, of course, Wekiva will play Lake Howell next week. That was one of the 3 teams Wekiva defeated last year. The other team was Eustis. That's Wekiva's own lone win this season, as there was a penalty. So scratch that 8-yard gain for Landon.
It should be on the back. There's a point that says DC.
I believe it's a holding penalty, 10 yards. And then, of course, Wekiva will wrap up the 2025 season against in-town, cross-town rival, the Apocaboo Darters, a.k.a. the Tater Bowl. And I believe it's been 4 years since Wekiva's beaten that annual rivalry, being their annual rival. On the other side, looking at Jones's schedule, they will play Lake Region next week. Of course, as Mark said, a victory secures the district championship for them. and then they wrap up the season on October 30th, a couple of Fridays from tonight against Ocoee. And then, of course, it's on to basketball season, Mark, and we always begin our basketball season with the annual Metro versus Florida Challenge. It's been a while since we've mentioned that, but why not? With 6.5 remaining, 3 games remaining as well. Let's bring it up, Mark.
Yeah, Neil.
Let's start talking about the MVFLC.
Yes, Metro versus Florida Challenge, a tradition that started here at Wekiva High School with Coach Scott Williams, who opened the school. And it's hard to believe now, but it's actually, he's been at Apopka longer than he has been at Wekiva, if you can believe it. As the Metro versus Florida Challenge enters, oh goodness gracious, I'd have to look it up on the website. 14th year, I'll believe you. And so, of course, that is an event that is, it is an annual event that puts the home team in each contest as a member of the Orlando Metro Conference, and the away team representing the best of the greater Central Florida area among schools outside of Orange County or private schools within Orange County, as we get a
Flag on the play.
and so that is a kickoff to basketball season as we get a
Sideline warning called against the Mustangs. No penalty associated with that for the first infraction. 4th and 11.
So in any case, we always look forward to broadcasting at least featured games of that, if not the whole thing.
And we have reached the midpoint of the third quarter, so we'll pause for an official timeout.
Yeah, and the dates of that, I don't know the exact dates, but you can remember.
It's always the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. No, sorry, I lied. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday of Thanksgiving week.
I was going to say the 2 days before Thanksgiving and the 2 days after.
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday of Thanksgiving week.
It's now being held at Apopka High School. Of course, if you're unfamiliar with Apopka geography, Apopka High School off of Martin Drive, or on Martin Drive. And of course, their stadium now officially named the Joe A. Sterling Gymnasium after the lone coach who won a state championship under the Apopka Blue Darter banner, and this time Beecham's able to get that ball off, get the punt, takes a Wekiva roll about 10 yards.
Beecham on the punt. That will put the Mustangs, or rather put the Tigers, in Mustang territory at right about the 48-yard line.
48-yard line to be specific, as you just heard Mark say. And of course, if you're not familiar with the Wekiva broadcast, first of all, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoy the broadcast as much as we do bringing this broadcast to you. Unfortunately, we have no control over what's going on in the field and the score, but we do try to provide you with as quality broadcast as possible. Also want to take a thank you to our students from the broadcast production department under the guidance of Ms. Apple. They always bring excellent work to this broadcast as well. But Mark is our public address announcer here on the Wekiva High School campus, the only PA announcer that our school, Wekiva's ever known. I'm Neil Fisher, your play-by-play voice, minus the second quarter. Go down and grab some pictures for our website, which you can find at WekivaMustangs.com, our sports information website. And as we mentioned, we will be with you for basketball season as Jones takes over at the Wekiva 48. That's a new quarterback in there.
Yeah, Neil, you actually just reminded me.
Hayden Carroll, the new quarterback. And he goes first play, can't ask for anything better, about 30-yard gain there.
But yeah, something you just reminded me of, Neil, I actually just got the schedule for the Metro versus Florida Challenge from Coach Williams. So I run their website as well, so I need to get that posted on the website. So hopefully we'll get that up this weekend. So you can check that out, not just for Wekiva, but for all the teams that participate. And then I need to get from Coach Lubin, and I need to get the Wekiva basketball schedule as well as Coach Middleton.
And also want to mention too, we'll be with you for baseball and softball seasons as well. This is a school year-round project, not just quarterback. Carroll, quick pass over there, nothing doing there. That'll be a short game, maybe a yard. So a couple more completions. And that'll bring up third down. Yes, third down now. And getting back to the Metro versus Florida Challenge, every school, public high school in Orange County is a member of the Metro Conference. It's not like a college where you have conference realignment and offers are made and teams have to accept it and there's voting on the membership. But once the school opens, and it's located in Orange County, and it's a public high school. It's a member of the Metro Conference. I believe there's now 24. And in each of those games, a member of the Metro Conference takes on a non-member, or as I like to call it, the Florida contingency.
Jaden Sweet has the reception. Stop made for the Mustangs by Simon. And that's a pickup of 4, brings up fourth down, and the Tigers line up to go for it.
With the 42-0 lead, no reason to attempt a field goal. And if you punt it, you're going to just wind up, ball's going to be at the 20-yard line anyway. We do have a flag, and it's against Wekiva.
Offsides called against the Mustangs. That's 5-yard donation to the Tiger cause. And that'll make it 4th and 2.
And then at the end of the games, again, Mark has the schedule. I've not seen it, so I'm not sure how many games, but it's usually about 25, 26. We do add up the total amount of victories for each side. Again, the Metro and the Florida contingency. As the score now balloons to 48-0, give that touchdown of 16 yards. And I can't see who scored that. Is that number 8, Mark?
Let's wind back the replay. I think they fooled me too. Now that was, let's see. Let's make this go backwards.
Less than a minute remaining in the third quarter.
And that was 10.
So number 10, that's Savion Brooks.
Savion Brooks on the carry for the Tiger touchdown. Try is good. And so that makes it a 49-0 lead as time will expire on the third quarter. Those of you here in the stadium, we want to remind you that we are under a running clock condition, and so when we say 12 minutes, we mean 12 minutes, actually about probably 13 with the water break. So that means if you are waiting for a ride to get home from tonight's game and you have not already done so, please give them a call, let them know that they should be on their way to pick you up so that our administrators can close the facility and get home to their families in a timely manner after the conclusion of tonight's contest. We appreciate your cooperation.
Sure. They were at the 15. So we begin the fourth quarter with Jones the 49-0 lead, as well as kicking the ball off in what we've seen all night. Kason Mullis, the 6'4" senior, kicks that ball through the end zone, and Wekiva will begin 1st and 10. 12 more minutes. Of course, also want to remind you this is the season finale as far as home games for Wekiva. They will take to the road against Lake Howell next week, one of the 3 teams they beat last season. And then the season concludes, as it always does, with the Tater Bowl against crosstown rival Apopka Blue Darters. That game, both those games scheduled at 7 p.m., as is the standard for Orange County games. As Emil Flakier lines up the Mustangs, as he's done all game, 11 minutes remaining. Now that one back set goes to the air, and Beecham.
Pass is complete to Matthew Beecham for Mustang. First down.
So give Wekiva credit for the first down.
It's his size, bro. Matt, he get punished, bro. He's a
And that's officially a 25-yard completion.
And Matt's like 159. Matt is really like 159.
After the 25-yard gain, the Mustangs land on their own 45-yard line.
Continuing out that one back set. Goes to the air again, this time too tall. Along that left sideline. Drop under 10 minutes remaining.
Handoff is made to Jerome. He is down to 48-yard line. Let's pick up 3 yards on the carry. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Flakier calls out the signals. And continues going to the air, and another PI interception, INT. That is Matthew Belterez. And he'll make the score 55-0 with about 8 minutes remaining, 8:15 to be exact. Give him credit for
So the 8th score of the game now for the Tigers. And Neil, keep me honest, that is the 4th interception?
that sounds right. I'm gonna need a couple.
At least 2 of them were pick sixes. Might have been 3.
So that's the 2nd pick six. As Mullis puts toe to leather. with 5:45 remaining, and
Touchback from Mullis, and that will bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. Mustangs will take over from there.
I think Mullis has only failed to kick the ball for a touchback once tonight.
I think twice.
Twice, okay.
Yeah, he has not, as far as I know, I don't believe he's punted because I don't believe Jones has ever actually gotten to the point of punting. So we believe that he would be good at punting and field goals, but he has not been called upon to do so.
We've reached the midpoint of the fourth quarter, and so we'll pause for our final official timeout. And we'll remind our fans here in attendance at the stadium once again that we are in a running clock situation, so 5.5 minutes means 5.5 minutes, and that is when the game will conclude. And so if you are dependent on a ride to get home from tonight's game and you've not already done so, let them know that they should be on their way so that they'll be able to pick you up immediately after the conclusion of tonight's contest, and our administrators can get the facility closed and get home to their families. We appreciate your cooperation. Flag on the play.
Under 5 minutes now.
Illegal substitution is called against the Mustang offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay of first down.
Wekiva tries to battle up the middle there, trying to use that running game, just a couple yards.
Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 17 coming up.
And the Wekiva band continues to send out chair. Despite the score, they're still rocking on. The Wekiva band. Remaining. Flecker try to pick up a couple more first downs. The quarterback drops back to the air and
pass intended for number 3. I believe that hit the grass just before it hit the intended receiver. Flag on the play in the backfield. Personal foul called against the Tigers. It's a 15-yard penalty. And based on the spot of the foul, it is enough for a first down.
So as we drop under 2 minutes, I think it's we can now officially say Wekiva will drop to 1-7 on the season. Their last 2 games will be on the road against Lake Howe and then the Tater Bowl. In 2 weeks, that'll be on the road as well. Jones will go to 6-2, further solidifying their position for the Class 4A state playoffs, or if you prefer FHSAA playoffs. And they will complete the season against Lake Region. That will be a home game next week, and then a home game against Socoe. If they win that game next week against Lake Region, they are the district champion. As Mark mentioned earlier tonight, though, most likely they will get into the playoffs, worst case scenario, as a wild card.
Yeah, it's really just a matter of whether they lock up the 1 seed or not. Right now they are positioned to get that 1 seed if they can win their last 2 games.
And so 56-0. I'm not going to go through all the scoring, but I will say really all Jones needed, they scored on the first drive. They elected to receive the opening kickoff. Wekiva tried to go onside when you're 1-6 and a huge underdog, really nothing to lose.
Pass is dropped. That'll bring up 3rd and 10.
And Jones drove the ball 63 yards on 7 plays. It was Wallace busting in from 2 yards out, made it 7-0. 9-0, just 2 minutes and 59 seconds into the game. And of course, obviously, they continue to add on to that. So that will do it. This will conclude the home portion and our responsibilities as far as broadcasting for the 2025 Wekiva Mustangs football season. I'm Neil Fisher, and with that, I will turn over the duties, and as always, Mark, take us to the finish line one last time for the football season.
Jones has the reception and gets a first down, so officially the Mustangs will add 1 more first down to their tally, but that takes us to the end of the ball game, and it's a 56-0 score on senior night, week 9 of season 19. Now that will wrap up the home season here at Mustang Field. We want to thank everyone for coming out tonight to Mustang Field and joining us for a lovely, cool evening here in South Apopka. And thanks also to those of you who joined us online. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube at Wekiva Sports, and bookmark WekivaMustangs.com for all of your scores, schedules, and more. For those of you here in the stadium, please drive carefully and arrive home safely. Those of you watching online, we hope that you will subscribe before you go. This concludes our broadcast season and our announcing season of football as the Mustangs are on the road for the next 2 weeks to wrap up the season. First at Lake Howell next week, and then at Apopka for the Mayor's Cup to wrap up the season on October 30th. So no more home games in our football season. We hope that you will join us for the winter sports, and we thank you for being here all season long for the fall sports. Basketball season and soccer season just around the corner here at Wekiva. We hope you'll join us for that as well. Until then, for Neil Fisher, this is Mark Varsity, the voice of the Mustangs, wishing you a good night and a great weekend.